Okay, so I'm in the battery room, whatever you want to call it, the solar panel control room, and right now I'm charging the battery with the battery charger. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this when it flips, but you'll see that the amps are jumping all over the place. 12, 10, and back to 15 there, 16. I'm not exactly sure why the battery charger does that. The controllers don't do that. So what happens is the batteries are charged now. And so maybe because the battery charger is too slow to compensate, maybe that's what it is. But right now the freezer is running. And so the battery charger says, well, the batteries are charged. And then, but then it a little bit is depleted from the batteries because of the freezer. And so it jumps back up. So maybe that's what it is. It's just too slow to compensate. So you can hear the generator kind of go, rah, 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 rah. Sounds like it's surging. It's not surging, it's because it's the battery charger is taking more and taking less amps. So the other thing the battery charger does is when the battery is charged, sometimes, and it's only sometimes, it's not every time, the freezer, let's say the freezer is off, the battery is charged, and the charger drops down in amps, run at 5 amps or so, and then the freezer kicks back on. Well, then the battery charger surges or something. The inverters are set to shut off if the voltage exceeds 14.3 volts. Well, then when the battery charger surges to compensate for the freezer shutting off, it jumps higher than the 14.3 volts, so it shuts off the inverter just for a second. Well, that's a really good indication for me that the batteries are charged, and I come down and shut off the generator. So either I hear that surging or the electric shuts off. Either way, I know the batteries are charged. Kind of like my signal. That way I don't have to run electric up here and try to, or wiring up here, so I can monitor the batteries from up here. Just having that, you know, those couple of signals work out really well. So what is going on today? So today, I've been dead for, the business has been dead for days, maybe a couple weeks. I mean, I've gotten a couple of calls. Somebody asking for parts. That sun's right in my eyes. I wanted to sit there. Wonder if it'd be any better over here. Yeah, I don't sell parts. I mean, there's no way I could have a warehouse full of inventory. So there's a dealer that sells lawnmowers in the big town, and on the website they said they got 6,000 parts in inventory. So 6,000 different parts. So I don't know why they don't call them. But anyway, so, you know, I got a couple calls. Well, last night about 4:15, after they, you know, no, it was 4:28. So after I closed, somebody on Facebook says, hey, who's the lawnmower mechanic? And of course, everybody pitches in and helps me, and I appreciate that. So the guy messages me. Well, he's a repeat customer. I guess he just lost my address. That happens a lot. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. I was going the wrong way. How dumb can I be? I know what it is. I'm using my left hand. I got confused. So anyway, he messages me. He says, I got a riding mower that won't start. So great. And what was funny about that guy is he brought me one of those walk behind trimmers that's got a weed eater string on it. He brought me one, and the biggest problem that thing had was the lever, the throttle lever would not stay in place. Over time, the little groove that held it wore away. So it would fall down until it went down to the shut-off position. So all I did was grind a little groove back into it so he could put it back over there. Well, I don't know, 6 months later, maybe even a year later, he's on Facebook, I need a mechanic, a lawnmower mechanic. And I said, well, I'll help you. And he says, you've already helped me and it didn't work. So I didn't know what he was talking about. So I looked him up in my stack of records, and I found him, and I realized, oh, it's that groove. I'm sure it is. So I messaged him right back, I mean, within a couple minutes, and I said, did you put the throttle lever back into that groove that I made into that? He says, I'll go out and check. So he went out, came back in and says, it's working. So that's good news. I was able to save that customer because now I got this riding more. So he gives me his address, and I type into Google. I always want to be mentally prepared. So I type into Google Maps last night, and of course I get the street view so I can kind of get a picture of where he lives. And he's got 2 Cub Cadets sitting right in front of his car. And you can tell, now I don't know how old the picture was. I think it tells you, but I forgot to look. You can tell they've been out in the sun for a long time. So, of course, I'm concerned that these things have been sitting out there and he's going to want me to basically rebuild them. But maybe, I mean, his lawn is cut, so maybe they worked last year and it's just bad gas or water in the gas. When they sit outside, that's just going to happen. So maybe it'll be a simple one. So I got to go pick that up today. And then right, I don't know, like 5:45, so just a little over an hour later, I got another repeat customer to call. And this guy, well, I felt bad for him. He hired me to fix up his lawnmower for his wife because he's got a back injury, he can't mow, so he wanted to make sure it was in perfect shape. So I replaced all the belts and everything, and it ran great. Took it back to him, it ran great. Well, she started it up and turned on the mower blade, and the PTO locked up. I mean, I had nothing to do with that. So I had to go back and replace that. I felt bad for him. So anyway, he calls and says, darn deck belt broke. Now, I replaced that last year, but he gave me the belt, and he recognized that he gave me the belt. He says, I bought that off Amazon, and I'm sure it's just a cheap belt. I want the best belt there is this time. So we'll order the OEM belt. When they asked for it, and I even said, that's going to be expensive. I don't care. I mean, he wasn't being mean. He's a nice guy. But he was very stern about, I don't care. Okay. I said, it may take a little longer to get because they typically send those to regular mail, and a lot of times those get hung up in Kansas City. I mean, he didn't like that, but I think he understood. So he wants me to look it over real good, check the spindles, wants the new mower blades. I don't remember if I got any new mower blades last year. So that means I got to run, and of course, I got the truck, so I got to run over to pick up the first mower, and then I got to go over to get the second mower. And that second mower, see, there again, I can't get a trailer down that little path. And I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't. There is absolutely nowhere to turn around once you get into his yard. I mean, his yard's kind of interesting. He lives in the woods. So it would be, seriously, you would have to cut a path through the woods for his drive. And I don't know, you probably go through 2 acres of wooded road, and then it opens up to where his house is. And there's no place to turn around. I mean, you'd have to back up in his yard, and he may let you back up in his yard. I'm not saying he wouldn't. What I'm saying is some people may not. So, you just can't have these trailers. Otherwise, I'm backing 2 acres with a trailer into a wooded area where I'm gonna, get off course a little bit and hit a tree. So I feel like what I'm doing is okay. Anyway, so I gotta make 2 trips today, which is fine. I'm making money off of it. It's, that 2 trips is going to be a good little paycheck. I know, wear and tear on the truck and gasoline, but I make enough that I don't think it's that big of a deal. My biggest concern is it all happens at once. You know, why couldn't one of these guys have called me yesterday? I could at least got the parts ordered or clean the carburetor, if that's what it is, and had it pretty much buttoned up by the time the second person called the next day. Then I could have, and I've done this a lot, this works out pretty good, then I could have dropped one off and picked up the other one. So I'm not really complaining, I'm just explaining. So we're all trying to get acclimated to Girly being gone. I told you in yesterday's video. And that video has not released yet, so I'm expecting that, you know, somebody's gonna say, you killed your dog! That's all you do is kill your animals. You killed Skitty, and now you... Because when Skitty died, you know, I explained the whole thing, that, you know, she was sick all summer, and then the dog came in the house, and that scared her, and... that just seems too odd. I don't think that's what happened. Implying that I got rid of Skitty so we could keep the dogs, which was never the plan, because what we were going to do is if Skitty was still in the house, we were going to put the dogs in the camper. May not have been the best thing for them, but that would at least give them a place to stay out of the elements in the wintertime. And we could have fed them and everything. I mean, it just happened that Skitty died because Girly scared her. But she was already sick, so you had that whole thing. But yeah, we're trying to get acclimated to that and trying to figure out how Girly is going to react to all that. Not Girly, Red. Trying to figure out how Red's going to react to it. And she doesn't seem to be doing too bad. We put some flea medicine on her last night, which I think that flea medicine makes all the animals a little lethargic the next day. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm not a fan of how it makes the animals react. I am a fan of how well it works. So I forgot to get my glasses, so I don't know how much time I have left on my camera here. Try to keep Carolyn out of the picture. Oh, there is no Carolyn. She's fake. I can't believe people still complain about that. So, this woman has paid up, but she needs to come get it. I mean, I take it back to her, but she hasn't asked. And I want to be clear on this. I don't beg to pick up and deliver. I mean, I do it because I want the business, but I don't do it because I make a lot of money at it. I make money at it. I have to. But I don't make a lot of money at it. I mean, some of that place that pickups and deliver, or that place that sells parts, they pick up and deliver. But I googled it. They charge over $100 depending on where you're at. But in town they charge $100. So, you know, I don't beg for it. But she's got a log splitter that she wants me to replace the engine on, which I haven't done since I've moved here. I mean, I've done it a couple times, but you know, these new Predator engines, I don't think I ever knew what a Predator engine was when I was doing this years ago. I mean, I'm trying to think back. On Harbor Freight, I don't even think it was a big thing 20 some odd years ago. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how this Predator engine works. I mean, I fixed a Predator engine last year on a log splitter. It needed a new gas tank and carburetor cleaned and all that kind of stuff. And I was impressed with the engine, but that gas tank was a metal gas tank and it just rusted. It was terrible. So, you know, you had to replace it. And then when I got to looking at what I'd done, it would actually have been cheaper to just buy a new Predator engine for it, which I felt bad about. I should have just, I didn't know that at the time. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put that Predator on this. I hope it matches up. And they get high praise. It's funny, nobody likes China stuff. None. You know, I bought that generator. Oh, it's a China clone, you know, or a Japanese, or a Honda clone. That's from China. You don't want that. You don't want that. Well, Honda makes an engine that they put on a lot of stuff, like log splitters. And so there is a Honda clone. You go to Walmart and it looks identical. Same paint job, same everything. Well, the same company that makes that Honda clone makes the Predator engine. And everybody just loves that Predator engine. You tell them to buy a Honda clone, the same engine, it's identical. It's just different paint. Oh, you don't want that Chinese garbage. Well, Predator is a Chinese engine. No, it's not. Yeah, it's the same one. No, it's not. So I guess because it's sold at Harbor Freight, people think it's okay. So anyway, I'm going to jump off of here. So if you'll click this up next box, take the video over to my other channel. Really appreciate it. Go check it out. So hope I can inspire you. I don't know, get busy so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.